What are you doing?
I had to tuck in my shirt.
Oh, nice shirt.
New merch.
Where can they find that?
Farmfocus.com.
Well, good morning. I'm gonna tough it out and hopefully I can speak without my voice cracking, but Chet is was supposed to be here, but he's also in the same shape I am, so bear with me, but something arrived today. The opportunities that we are being given are, well, there's something to take advantage of. And yeah, he can leave that truck too. Well, they found out how to open up the hood, and I have to say, I like that.
Morning, guys. Morning, guys. I seen that Dougo had you guys out to show you the new Apache. I haven't been here, and I'm just trying to survive, Brody. I'm just trying to survive.
Don't come close to me.
I've got bronchitis.
Is that contagious?
No. And sinus infection, so I'm just doing my best to be here. But I am excited to test this out, see what this is all about. Brody, you got the rundown?
I think so.
So it's, from my understanding, it's not usable yet because we got to get screens in it. But it should be next week, right?
Next week, Monday.
All right.
I hope.
What's your first impressions?
Simple.
Simple?
Very simple.
I like simple.
Everybody likes simple in this world.
Yeah, so it should be, well, we'll talk about it more when we know more about it. But it's got capstan instead of Hawkeye, so it's got the pulsing. It's two-wheel drive, drop boxes. So it is not a hydro, it's got a drive shaft off a tranny. Two-wheel drive. And it's supposed to be light.
Lighter. What did you say?
Like
20?
I
don't remember now.
There was a lot of numbers flying around, but it's substantially lighter than competitors. 1,200 gallon tank.
Like 12,000 pounds lighter or something.
Yeah, something like that.
I
think so. We could be totally wrong on that, but it is substantially lighter. So that's how they get away with the two-wheel drive. It should be interesting. So it's 120 stance, fixed axles, 120-foot boom, individual nozzle control. Am I missing anything? I'm sure I'm missing something.
Breakaways.
But the Apache, yeah, it's got breakaways, like all sprayers do and need to have. But Apache wanted us to try this out because they know that we've tried a deer last summer, and they wanted us to see what we think of this. So we'll give her a shot, I guess. And it's gonna have a test with the mud.
It's gonna have its work cut out.
Oh, that's pretty neat. Look at the accessibility of this unit here.
Unbelievable. A hood that you can actually lift.
A hood you can actually lift. Well, this is interesting, but yeah, I believe like a Gen 4 or Gen 5 deer screen. It is outfitted with deer. Oh, Brody's already made it home here. Yeah, I didn't get the rundown because I'm just trying to stay downwind and away from everyone, so I'm not gonna touch too much stuff in here, but it's a pretty open view, that's for sure. You can see a lot out of this thing.
You know what you're doing in there?
No, I don't know what I'm doing. It smells so new, I love it.
Look how you can see your front wheel. Other side.
Oh, wow. Then you can see when you're on the row. Or sliding in the mud trying to stay in between the row. That might actually be a big issue this year.
Oh, we're full.
You better put your radio antenna up. I know how you like to jam. Oh, it's got to be loosened. She's in transport mode. What's it look like?
A tank.
Take 1,250 gallons, Brody.
I could make a comment right now.
What?
I'm not going to.
It's not built for the dad bod.
Well, let's just say there's some people around here that wouldn't fit. I can barely fit.
Oh, you can walk all the way around and get to the other side? If you fit.
You.
I have no problem. Oh, no.
Yeah, a guy can
Brody
ride.
Clean's already testing out the cleaning capability.
That is a big perk. You don't have to climb on dangerous objects. I was sucking in.
Push to start? He is jamming.
No, he had it on.
Wow, that's pretty neat.
Simple.
Is it automatic throttle control?
Wait. How am I gonna fill this up?
Oh, I was gonna say. Watch out for your nice pickup.
I was watching. Now I got another one to hit.
Yeah, look out for my nice pickup. And Randy's window. Drove it for what? 3 minutes? 3 minutes, and now we're pulling into tight areas. What's the foot pedal?
The brake.
Oh,
Because it's not like a, well, you can pull back
not
and
a
then
hydro,
go,
it's
and
a
then go into
tranny.
neutral if you want.
oh my gosh! The step went down. You could have put it right on my hood. You could have got a little closer.
What's wrong with this?
Okay, I'll just stand here.
It's fine.
It's really hot out in this sweatshirt. That's something I forgot to say. It's got boom recirc. That's actually really becoming
Very popular.
very popular, and I wish, or I can see why it's a need. I can see why it's a need. The eagle winging that always happens, that eliminates it. So you can recirc it back to your chemical tank, and solution to pollution is dilution, and whatever comes into suspension that's in your boom goes back to your tank, and then you don't get eagle winging. So we're taking it on a little road trip just to get used to the feel of it. There's Duggo. Mowing ditches.
You're gonna miss him?
I think so.
I can tell you right now that seeing this tire is gonna be great.
Is that top speed?
It's top speed.
What is it? 35? 36?
Yep.
It's so quiet in here.
It's very. He said this is all louder it'll get.
I like that. So since it's not a hydro, what are you doing to increase speed and throttling? You just push ahead on that,
Push ahead.
and then it's got gears,
There's two buttons back here.
and then you push ahead, and that
Push
gives
ahead.
it more throttle, more or less?
Yep. It's kind of like hydro.
Well, that kind of reminds me of
You
like
got
a
back
bag.
and over is neutral. Back. Over back is reverse.
So basically the hydro, what would be used to a hydro is the throttle adjustment,
Right.
and then the shifting is gears, like a tractor that I'm used to operating. Okay. So basically when you come to the headlands, you're adjusting throttle, not transmission speed.
You won't be shifting down or up. If you're in the right gear.
If you're in the right gear. Now what?
I think it's this button.
I can see why you said you gotta pull in the field a ways. She really goes backwards a long way. It's like you've done this before.
It's simple.
You testing the functionality of the breakaway? So this one, instead it goes forward and backwards.
They go up.
And they go up, so when you whack it into the ground, it tries to avoid issues.
I do like how all the nozzles are protected. Like,
Yeah, you can't break the
can't
nozzle body off.
you know?
Yeah, that's pretty neat. Aluminum. Hello!
You there?
Wow,
What?
it's beautiful. That's
It's
the
not
word
something
I
you
come up
often see in our yard is self-propelled sprayers, is it?
with. Wow. I met it on the county road, and I'm like, wow, it's beautiful. That's the word I keep coming up with. What's going on?
Well, apparently they want to show the internet what an Apache's all about, and I guess that's our job.
Neat opportunity.
Yes.
Brody, what do you think?
You like it so far?
Brody just loves self-propelled sprayers.
I do.
You've used them.
I've had a lot of hours in the self
Okay, okay.
I don't
The
like
tank size.
I don't like the tank size.
But this year you don't need tank
Hey.
size.
The top air sprayer, even when you're in the mud, you can still hold more half full.
It's true.
Really? Too small, you say?
Oh, it's just every self-propelled sprayer. It's a 1,200 gallon tank.
Oh.
That's
Maybe.
always my hang-up on, no matter what brand. That is my hang-up.
I
But
We'll see, I guess.
we will see how she runs. It so far looks pretty simple, which I like.
Here's the
Me
man.
too. Me too.
Here's the guy that diseased me.
Me.
You can talk though?
Well, I'm not quite as energetic or peppy as I normally am, but the steroids they have me on are maybe the only reason I'm here.
You got steroids?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
Do those people know how lucky we are that this showed up this year?
why?
We got corn planting, 2 different time periods, so we can just keep this one in what? Soybeans?
Maybe. Oh, I just found out this morning that, 500 acres of the soybeans that we planted all have to be replanted?
What do you mean?
Forest.
Yeah. Forrest, Hanson's, Dick's, all dead.
Really?
50,000 stand top.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to go in, and here we go with the inner seeding again, Brody.
I said never again. Here I am.
Well, they're just thin or drowned out?
50,000 tops.
50,000.
Why is that?
They died.
I've never seen the bean nut.
What's your word?
Going on
Copious
here?
amounts of water? Copious amounts of water. Drowned them out.
Did you take the reset button on this here and hide it? Because I want to push it.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I think they'll...
So now we're not only were we 50% planted on soybeans, now we're back to what?
Yeah, I suppose.
We're gonna have to get the
25%?
high-speed planter out.
Could
Put that on
maybe
beans.
just plant any direction with the 30-inch row. I could do that. We're gonna have to have a meeting.
Well, pretty typical for us at farm. It is Friday, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and finally leaving the yard. We did have 2 really windy, hot days yesterday and the day before that have dried up a decent amount of the fields. You know, it is grayed off, except for the low spots are either wet or still have 3 feet of water. Almost 3 inches of rain came 6 days ago, so, and then some more rain throughout the week. But I am loaded up with a really small batch for some thistle control and grass. I got some Roundup in there too, but going out with Stinger and Roundup to try to kill off the acres on my north quarter that I broke out of CRP prior to last season, and there's still some heavier weed pressure in there. So I'm going to spray. I don't know if I'm going to turn around in the middle of the field and run over the corn, or if I'm going to drive without spraying all the way to the other end and turn on the headland like I'll be doing when we come back for our official post-emerge spraying. But I'm on the way there, so I got some time to think about that. Or I might, like Chet was talking about, I might spray crossways to the rows and potentially run over less versus turning around in the middle a bunch. So, because it is kind of a longer, the rows are, the CRP acres are wider than they are long with the rows, so it'd be less turnarounds, but I'd be spraying crossways, which would just feel unhealthy. That's what I'm doing. And then it sounds like Doug was out field scouting and found another field clear over to the west that I have to go border and manage some thistles on as well. So I will be getting very minimal done. Like, we loaded up a 20-acre batch at 20 gallons of water per acre, and it's going to take me, I don't know, 3 hours to do those 20 acres because the fields are like 15 miles apart at least, and obviously I got to spray, and it's just not going to be fast. So not super exciting, but we're getting something done. You know, you drive around and it is so uneven. The hilltops are what would dry the best, tile lines. The corn is up, and the low spots, it hasn't even emerged out of the ground yet. On the stuff that's been planted more recently, the earlier planted stuff is all up, and parts of that are now sitting underwater too from the last storm, but very uneven. So I suppose in August, when it dries up, the hilltops will get burnt up and the yield will get all perfectly even, just pour across the whole field, but time will tell on that one. Okay, this is a lot of button pressing. So I've got my section control there, they're all on, not actually spraying, but they will spray if I hit the master switch, which, let's hit those. Yeah, sorry, this is probably not gonna work so well. I'm trying to do a lot. Okay, you can see the thistle. That's what we're spraying. Killing. And it's muddy. It's very muddy. We're going to attempt to not get stuck. Of course, I gotta turn right in the wet spot. Come on. Yeah. I know, it's really action-packed. Resume. Yeah. Look at that, they're all dying. And then I'm trying to save chemicals, so if I'm not in the weeds, I'm not spraying them. Okay, I need about that off. I'm literally trying to kill, if you guys can see the little thistles there, and not spray a bunch of random ground. Look at that. And shutting up. Oh, there's another patch over there. So we'll turn on the outside, shut off all this. Oh, I might need that one. She's thick here. Turn it on more. There we go. There we go. And then I am doing the unfortunate event of turning out in the field. Because I don't want to drive all the way down to that headland. It's a lazier, saving time approach. So it's not really lazy, I'm just not wasting a bunch of fuel and time and hours driving all the way to the other end of the field. And I'm spraying so slow, because I know you guys were wondering, because this is slow. Because the pressure I'm at and the gallons per acre I'm at are very high for the nozzles I have, because these nozzles are for corn spraying normally, which is 12.5 gallon worth. Look at this. This is where it's thick. Gotta kill all this. I mixed up 10 acres for my field. We're at 6. I'm almost done. Almost done, so I'm doing pretty good on what I figured I needed. Bye-bye. You're gonna die now. This is the most chaotic filming I've done, just for lack of quality. It ain't even worth shutting off. I'm just gonna keep it all on. 7.5 acres. Oh, and I've got a little sliver. Wow. Gotta turn around for one little stupid sliver. No. No, I'm not running over all that corn for that. It's pretty much dead. Okay, we're done. Let's get out of this field. See, now I'm second guessing not turning around because it was kind of thick there. A little uneven, kind of uneven. I mean, back there it was pretty much dead. This corn maybe is getting close to the what we would normally do, our post-submerged spraying. Try to get it somewhere close to canopy, but still able to hit the weeds in between the rows. Oh, hope that was a coyote hole, and that's hilltop. There's no tile. You can see the colorness and the unevenness, maybe. Too much water. Roots didn't go anywhere. They're not looking for nutrients. They are just trying not to drown. And anyways, back to what I was saying. We will be doing post-submerged spraying soon. Might be very soon, like next week. It is a Friday. Yes, I did say that. The reason I came out and sprayed this time is because those thistles were so out of control. I want to make sure I killed them with a good chemical today, and then I'll take care of the rest of the field and respray that spot. I'll just basically spray the field 100% like normal, you know, brain's working. And then we'll have what am I trying to say? And then it'll be done, and the thistle will be hit twice and it will be dead. I've got to turn. Goodbye.
What are we into, boys?
Swapping.
Making her narrow, skinny.
There's a lot of options on this front axle. Dish this way, valve stem in, valve stem out. Well, that's about all the options.
We'll barely be able to turn with this. Does Doug know about that?
Yep, he told us to do it this way.
That's not good. So we realized with our adventure of cultivating that we had to do, that having a tractor on the farm that won't follow 30-inch rows is kind of inconvenient, which is what this used to be. It was a baling tractor before us, so they're sucking them in, making them narrow. Well, the axle has got no weight on the other side is the problem. Brody, get heavier.
Wow! Going for a ride!
You got it? For now. No, I don't.
I see some Brody cleaning that needs to be done.
Oh, you jammed up already. Kick the bottom.
Someone's been in there.
Yep.
Oh my.
It's screwed up on this end too. They put it in wrong. They didn't put it in square length.
No wonder we had troubles.
Hold on, you got a bolt at the bottom in your way.
So these rims are kind of interesting. They can be set up multiple different ways. So basically by swapping tires from side to side will give you a different offset, or you can switch this plate opposite also and get your different measurements. So we're going as wide as we possibly can on the front so that we salvage our turning radius. So the outside of this tire is not going to be in the center of this tire, it's actually going to be riding the edge of this tire. Just because snow removal, you want to be able to turn as sharp as possible. Do we want to openly admit that we took the dish out of this one to go to the narrow stance, and then we like that looks too narrow, and then we took the other side off and just wheeled it over on this side and put it on, and yeah, that looks good. So now we're redoing what didn't need to be done the first time.
Doggo.
Doggo.
Somebody got the tire? I got tire.
I hope so.
You know what's wrong with this tire? Ain't got no gas in it. Ain't got no gas in it.
So now with an educated guess, that's at 120 when the dual's on? Yes?
That worked.
Yes.
Tighten it up some more.
So I think the last step of this project is to adjust the steering stop. So obviously when it's wider, you can have it rotate or turn sharper. And since we narrowed it up, it's gonna hit here most likely, and maybe them bolt heads back there. So they're reading in the book, but that's this thing. This bolt here needs to be unscrewed because that hits there. So basically that bolt's gonna limit how sharp it turns and doesn't ruin our tires and lugs and frame.
2 3/4 inch.
2 3/4 inch. What if it's at that?
Then you did a really good job.
Let me learn how to run this thing. 2.86.
Wow.
2.86 inches. And what's it need to be?
2 3/4.
We're over that.
Yeah.
So it's technically good to
Safe.
go, even though it looks like it's going to cause a lot of trouble.
Should we test it again?
So the book said that it was adjusted properly, but I unscrewed them some because I did not like how tight it was. So I took it out about 1/4 inch on each side. So hopefully that eliminates any issues. Well guys, I think that's gonna be a wrap. I spent the rest of the day spraying around the yard for just weeds and stuff along all the edges of grass, around the bend site. And the boys, they all just disappeared and started doing other projects. So anyways guys, if you enjoyed this video, share it with a friend. Let them know that you enjoy Larson Farms videos, and hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed it and aren't subscribed. Anyways, we'll see you in the next video.